Hey guys, so this is the video that I promised you guys. My open-minded opinion of The Color Purple. And I'm talking about The Color Purple that officially opened in theaters on December 25th. Now, there were several private screenings, several people that were able to go visit it through churches, through different groups, and different organizations that had the opportunity to see it prior to December 25th. I also had the opportunity to see it prior to December 25th, but I chose just to wait until then. So, this is my opinion, and just this is the way I think about it. The first question that has been asked, was the new Color Purple necessary? Right? Was it necessary? Did we need the Color Purple 2.1 at the theater after the 1980 version with our Whoopi, with Oprah and Danny Glover, and all the stars that lit up America with the Steven Spielberg, Alice Walker movie that has been quoted, requoted. We've embedded different forms of The Color Purple in our lives. It's gonna rain on your head. All of that has been embedded into our history. I'm going to pause a little bit because I'm getting interrupted. So I'm going to pause a little bit because I don't know what he may say, you guys. Okay, I am back. That was my spouse coming in from work, and I didn't know, when your significant other comes in and they don't know you're recording something, they may interrupt it. And I didn't want to do this whole video over again. So let's move forward. So, like I was saying, it's one of the most quoted movies in the African American lives, I believe, of all times. I mean, you can just about find just little things about little things that were said in the original Color Purple that basically we just quote all the time, and I just love it. I loved it. And I think that a lot of us did not really know the true story of The Color Purple. I don't know what lens that some of us was watching it through. I'm not sure if they even really understood a lot, because the response of some of the things that were reintroduced to us in the 2023 version of The Color Purple that's based off the stage play, questions that were asked, things that were stated, concerned me to the fact that a lot of y'all need to go back and watch the original. But I'm going to answer the question. Do I honestly feel like the new version, based on the stage play version of The Color Purple, which ended up being a musical that came out on December 25th, was it necessary? Now, I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way, because I was someone that promoted the movie and was all in and all that. I don't really think that it was necessary. I really don't think some classics need to be done over. I honestly, truly do not believe all classics need to be done over. Was it entertaining? Yes. Was the actors on point? Yes. This takes nothing away from Fantasia. This takes nothing away from Taraji. This takes nothing away from the promotion of Oprah, how she drove this thing. It takes nothing away from the production of the new version of it. I didn't really think it was necessary. I think in 2023, we should be creating different movies. We should be giving the previous movies a thank you for showing us how it's done. So let's take it from here and do our own thing. I didn't think it needed to be redone. I think that some things just don't need to be touched. I didn't think a Raising of the Sun needed to be done. Um, I definitely think they should never ever touch Imitation of Life. I really don't think. I mean, just certain movies, I just think need to remain classics. It's a Wonderful Life doesn't need to be remade. I mean, just I'm just throwing out movies. Not that anybody's saying that it's going to be remade, but I'm just throwing out different movies that need to remain classics and need to remain where they were and in our time, in our in our history, to be able to go back and watch and enjoy and find something new each and every time. Was the new Color Purple entertaining? Yes, it definitely was entertaining. Um, of course, I know the movie. I had the book, um, and I knew the book. I know the book. I know the original movie. I've seen the stage play, so I've seen all three versions prior to this. I went to see the stage play in Atlanta. I've seen the movie. I can't tell you how many times. I read the book when I was a young girl in high school. When Alice Walker, I don't even know if I was even in high school when it first came out. But as a young girl, I read the book. There's some significant things about the new one that kind of made me like, no, this they shouldn't have touched it if they couldn't do certain things. I know that they didn't. That this was based off the stage play and not off of the movie, the original movie. But I know that a lot of people did not see the stage play. A lot of people did not go see the stage play when it was out in the early 2000s. So people who did not go see the stage play, all they had in their memory was the original Color Purple. So it left a lot of people confused why certain things were done, certain songs were sung, and certain songs were not sung. And honestly, a lot of the songs that were sung that were not sung in the original was sung in the stage play. So that's what some of the changes came through. Now, a lot of people criticize the God's trying to tell you something. When God is trying to tell you something happened in the original classic, that was an impacting part of the movie, very impacting. When Shug finally was like, "That's my song. That's the song that I sung when I was in the choir. When I was going the way my father wanted me to go." And she could not resist singing her song. And that whole scene was so impactful. And a lot of people was disappointed that they did not fully sing the full song of it. It was done in a remastered way. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I don't think the movie should have been redone, because if they would have done it just like the original, it would have been like, and then because they couldn't have done it just like the original, it just wouldn't have been authentic. The original to me was more like, this was pure. Shug was going to her the church and trying to reconcile with her father, and just there was a lot going on in that scene. And that's another reason that a lot of people are like, oh my God, they left that part out. But if it would have been done, it could have still had the same impact, but I think it just would have been just a little different. As far as Fantasia comparable to Whoopi, I don't want to compare the acting portion of it, because I think Fantasia did an extraordinary job in the role of Celie in the 2023 version. But this would never ever take away from the I feel that was Oscar worthy version from Whoopi, the original Celie. She set the tone for anyone who would even try to come after her to play the role. So I think that it was her character to try to duplicate, even though it came originally from the book, of course. But Celie was created on the screen by Whoopi. And I know that a lot of people enjoyed Fantasia. I enjoyed Fantasia. She did an extraordinary job for her first movie at the theater, but she did great. She gets recognized for it, but that could, if I had to choose, there could never be a Celie like Whoopi, and that is just my honest opinion. Just a lot of parts of it that was missing, and a lot of parts that was changed and things like that. So just to give you guys my thoughts on it, as I promised that I would. I'm a day late. I told you I'd give you a week and then I give my opinion on it. If at a scale of 1 to 10, the 2023 version of The Color Purple, if I had to rate the 2023 version of The Color Purple that went to the theaters, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, it would be 7. Great movie, great actors, but I think some classics should be left as classics. Don't beat me up for my opinion, because I know a lot of people feel strongly about this version, and that why would y'all say anything against it? And then you got the people on the other side saying that why did they even do this? And I didn't. Oh, it's one more part, and because I was gonna keep it short, and I got like 2 more minutes, and then I'm done. The part. Let me explain what was going on in this part, because a lot of y'all. If you go back and watch the original, and if you just pick up the book and read it, my people, you would know that the love interest between the connection between Celie and Shug was it was a different kind of thing going on there, because Celie was someone that was taken abruptly from her home, and after her father, that she thought was her father, had raped her, and created 2 kids, and then she was basically thrown to a man who just needed someone to basically be a whatever that he needed her to be at the time. So then having the only connection, the only person that was really her bond ripped from her literally and just sent away because he couldn't have her. So she was left isolated with this man and his kids, missing her own kids, no connection to her own family. And here comes this lady that actually sees her. She's not just a go get this and go fetch that. She actually sees her. So having that type of person in your life and not actually ever really being seen made her produce feelings that, yes, I would say that Celie could have possibly been in love with Shug, but Shug, you have to realize that Shug's character is a worldly woman. She was just having fun through life. She was just living her life, doing whatever she wanted to do, right? That's how can you explain someone leaving both people that she had actually slept with and then coming back with a husband, and having no like, hey y'all, I'm married, I was married now, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it did happen in the original. They did kiss. The intimacy that they put more on the screen this time actually happened in the book. the original, they Silly and Unshug did kiss and all of that. It was like implied what happened, because you would, some parts of it you would have had to read the book and know what was going on. And in the 2023 version, where people are more open-minded per se, they opened it up a little bit more than what was expected, and then some parts were still left that was not necessary to see and still know what was going on. So you guys who are angry and are saying that ain't what happened and why they even add that part and all that, you need to go back and watch the original, because it did happen. And it is in Alice Walker's book. Her book has not been changed. You're more than welcome to go purchase it. It's still out there. You can get it on Amazon and read it for yourself. It is more detailed than what they can put on the screen. So it did happen. That was not a change in the storyline at all. I think some people may have forgotten, or maybe when they were watching it at home or at the theater, maybe that was their time to run to the bathroom or get something to eat and they missed it. I don't know. But it actually did happen in the original. But I'm going to sum this up. I don't want to make a long video over this. I'm just keeping my promise to give an honest review. I hope you guys appreciate it. And again, don't just take my opinion for it. From your own opinion, go see it for yourself. It is a good watch. But my opinion stays true. I don't think some classics need to be touched. And that is just my honest opinion. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. And if you have not listened to my previous video yesterday, Happy New Year to everybody and be blessed. Bye-bye.